Welcome, everybody, to episode 19 of Smack Talk here at smarkoutmoment.com. I am your host, as always, Tony Mango, talking very fast right now because I want to get this over with. With me, as always, two of the members. Chris Dace is not here, but Mike Burhan and Braden Mayhew. How you doing, guys?
Chris Dace is with us in spirit.
Yes.
Yes.
And
He's
yeah,
probably
we're
a
just
hooker.
chilling out on a Friday night doing this, so
Yay!
good old times.
Well, let's go right into this. There's not a whole lot to talk about, but there's usually an Ask Him, so throw it at me.
Okay. This one's going to be a doozy. He had a career spanning Japan, the Independents, ECW, and 2 stints in the WWE. He was one of the most gifted big men in the industry.
Bam Bam Bigelow.
Boom! Finally
Nice.
got one right.
It's been a while.
I know. Frick, I thought it was going to be a century.
Gotta love Bam Bam.
Oh, yeah, damn straight.
Not talking about
Plus,
the
he had-
Flintstones character, talking about the guy with fire all over his stomach.
It would be so cool if he actually came to the ring
He
wearing that
seemed to have the
bandana.
craziest buzz cuts too, didn't he?
See, he
Yeah.
takes hacksaws 2x4 and he just makes the club out of that. Instant feud.
Bam Bam versus
Bam,
Bam Bam.
bam.
The draw big.
Oh,
Or what a draw big.
All right, so the hot tags we got coming up for this episode. Only 3 of them. Not too much going on. But the
Hulk
first
Hogan's
hot
next.
we'll get to that one. The first one is the Brian Kendrick, or maybe just Brian Kendrick, depending on if they don't do that gimmick, might be coming back to WWE on the WWE Network's Cruiserweight show that they're thinking about doing. He claims that he's kicked his marijuana habit, which naturally would prevent him from getting the Evan Bourne treatment of the wellness policy failures and everything like that. Uh, I still don't know what this cruiserweight idea is, so I can't necessarily support it. If they want to do a cruiserweight division, hey, that'd be fun. If they want to just do cruiserweights flipping around on a TV show, what the hell, I'll watch that too. Kendrick, he's one of those guys that I like watching. I don't think he's necessarily a huge star, so he fits for that kind of thing. And if Kendrick's kicked that habit, then he should be fine with WWE. Mike?
For me, I think it's a great idea because they need as many cruiserweights as they can for this new show. They don't even have enough cruiserweights on the roster as it is at the moment. If it means something, I don't want it to be the show to be anything like WWE Next, which would piss me off to no end. But if Kendrick's wanting to come back and he wants to mend fences and his stint in TNA was kind of shit anyway, I'd say more power to him.
And Braden?
So they're still going with that cruiserweight idea, it seems. Yeah. Pretty interesting. He kind of left off with the company bad terms. Was it 3 years ago that he left? But hey, I'm all for giving guys second chances. I don't think he lived up to the potential he could have in his first run. So bringing him back to see what he can do for a second go around, it could be good.
All right, so the second hot tag is Money in the Bank. Once again, it might not be a fucking pay-per-view. I don't know what the hell they're thinking here, but now that it possibly might be at SummerSlam. Uh, this, as I said before, is pissing me the fuck off. They need to figure out what they want to do because eventually it's going to become the time for the pay-per-view, and we're not going to have an idea what the pay-per-view is going to be. It's just going to be called like WWE pay-per-view, or the way that they've been doing with taking a match concept and naming the pay-per-view off of that. Like instead of doing No Way Out, it's just Elimination Chamber. This is going to be WWE matches is going to be the name of the fucking pay-per-view, and it's pissing me off. I don't necessarily want it at SummerSlam. I want it as a pay-per-view, but if they're not going to give it its own pay-per-view, then SummerSlam is its perfect fit as far as I can see. Mike?
I think they should do a pay-per-view called WWE Announcer's Desk.
I would
Just
watch
think
it.
about it.
Think about how many people we could smash through the Spanish announcers.
Yeah, WWE presents Spanish Announce Table. Basically, with the whole Money in the Bank concept, it's literally I would prefer it as its own pay-per-view, as like you're saying. I would have preferred it if they did it for WrestleMania this year, have him, but I understand with Barrett being injured didn't really help matters. But if it goes on to SummerSlam, I'm fine with it. But just as you are like currently saying, make up your fucking minds. Because if you can't make up your fucking mind, you might as well just, run around sticking a dildo up your ass and calling that a pay per view.
Hey, don't talk
Because
about Drew McIntyre's new gimmick.
he totally copied you, Tony. I'm just saying.
All right, Braden.
And the WWE presents. We make you pay nearly $50 for this show, live on pay-per-view.
WWE presents commercials pay-per-view.
WWE presents 3 hours of
If they
Michael
want to put
Cole
it at,
gibberish.
yeah, if they want to put it at SummerSlam, that's totally fine. Give some sort of marquee match that might rejuvenate that pay-per-view a little bit. I have no problem with that. I do have a problem with them saying they're going to do Money in the Bank at the beginning of the year. Then, 1 month later, they take it off. Then, a month later, they bring it back. And then they're taking it off again. I'd like to know their schedule for the year. And if it's going to be your schedule for the year, make it in a year in advance and stick to it.
Right.
That's all I got to say.
And the funniest out of the three hot tags, and I know we've got a couple puns with the word hot being used in this. Hulk Hogan has
Oh, boy.
apparently a sex tape now. And God forbid if this ever gets released. Little information that what we've been told. One, he didn't know he was being filmed, which, look at the fucking camera.
Let it have it, brother.
Two, that apparently one of the funniest parts is his thong tan line.
Oh, my
God.
God.
Three, that he brags about how he's been working out again. And four, that it's not only not his current wife or his ex-wife, but he doesn't even know who the fucking girl might be
It's
because he
bro.
went on a binge of just banging a bunch of people. I mean, power to him, but uh, I uh, I really hope that this is not China's next porn, and we're just getting a fucking
Hogan
sneak
knows
peek.
best.
I don't know what to say about this. As the little graphic on the screen right now says, there's got to be a Python joke here somewhere. Um, this has to be one of those things where I would probably end up having to watch it just out of pure horror. I don't know really what to say, Mike.
It'll be like two girls, one cup, but even worse. All I have to say is when he comes crashing down, does it hurt inside? Does he have to take a stand? It doesn't help to hide. And when he hurts his friends, he hurts his pride. But he's got to be a man, and he can't let it slide. Oh, he's a real American hero. I salute you, Hogan, and your Viagra spawned sex fest with some weird tranny.
Braden.
So, Hulk, what do you have to say about these allegations? Well, you see, Mean Gene, brother. I didn't even see the whore put the camera on the table, brother. Caught me completely off guard, brother. But you see, the Hulkster always comes back, and he's gonna keep on going, cause all these bitches don't know when Semen Mania is gonna run wild on them with my tiny python, brother. I might have one sex tape, I might have more, but see, I'm just the Hulkster, brother. He always comes back. Ugh.
The Hulkster leaves the bitches wanting more, Mean Gene.
I want to extend this just for another couple seconds, just to point out.
That's all I have
I
to say.
really want to. I wish I could just throw audio that I don't own the copyright to of Hogan talking to Vince and going, "If you just think that I was the right gay at the right time." Oh God! So stay tuned for that. God knows if they fucking release it, we'll have a fucking review up on Smack Talk as
I
far as
will
I'm
review it
concerned.
on their genius every painstaking second. If I
Uh,
throw up people, it'll be for your enjoyment.
Ugh.
All right, so when we get on the part two, we're going to talk about something that actually doesn't make us sick to our stomachs, and that's Santino Marella winning the United States Championship
They're
from
gonna see
Jack
my ass,
Swagger.
brother.
Thong, really? Like, oh my god.
So check out part two coming up right about now.